What is going on, everyone? Today is a special day. Maybe not for you, but it's definitely a special day for me because I just a few moments ago hit subscriber number 200 on my YouTube page. Now, I know a lot of you out there probably have way more subs, and that's totally cool. Maybe not a big accomplishment for you, but for me, it definitely is. I've learned a whole lot along the way, and this video is just going to be there really to thank everyone that's along the voyage so far and talk about the few things that I've learned. And maybe you'll learn something along the way too. Let's go. As I just said, thank you everyone so far that's been tuned into my channel, mashing that subscribe button, pressing those like buttons along the way, because you're really dictating my content and how I interact on camera. So the very first thing I would really like to talk about when it comes to what I've learned on my YouTube page, and that is very simply to just be myself and show myself through the camera. So when I first started, I was trying to be as information based as physically possible. This is what I have, this is the information I'm trying to provide, and this is how I'm putting it across to you. Now, I think maybe everyone might start like that because they're a little nervous in front of the camera. As a photographer and videographer, my role has always been on the opposite side of what you're seeing right now. So if you've watched from day one, you've probably seen my growth in front of the camera. I definitely give less cares about what other people think. You know what word really goes there. But either way, I really care less and less about how I look in front of the camera, and I feel more and more comfortable. So if I can give you any tip, the very first tip I would give you is simply to be yourself. As hard as that may sound, especially when you're first starting and you're first interacting with this lens as though it's a person, just try and let your actual personality show through. Originally, I was creating those videos, like I just said, that were all about the information I provided, but I really wasn't showcasing any of who I was inside. It was just simply the information. And I think the following that I got because of that showed where I was going wrong. I was originally creating videos and I'd get like 1 or 2 subs per video that I create. Now that I'm kind of putting myself out there, showing you a little bit more of who I am personally, it seems to really be resonating with the crowd because in the past 28 days, I've gotten like 78 new subs, which is definitely a record for me. It's almost half my channel in the past 28 days. And I think that really has to do with just how I'm opening up in front of the camera and really just being myself. So, point 2. Point number 2, start where you're at. Now, I know a lot of us tell ourselves a lot of excuses. You know, like, I'll start making my videos as soon as I get this. As soon as I get this next piece of equipment, that's really when I'm going to start making my videos. Well, what my piece of advice to you would be, simply just start making it. I know you've heard this piece of advice in particular multiple times before from many, many sources. But the truth of the matter is, just do it. There's lots of things in the beginning that's going to cause you to make bad videos, just like the ones I've made. Throw that down. Now, first thing you're going to have problems with is, like I just mentioned, interacting with the camera. So that'll be your first goal you have to overcome. So start making videos now with what you have. Do you have a really crappy camera? Do you just have a cell phone? Use your cell phone. It really doesn't matter. Start creating content so you get in the habit of actually knowing how to create content. Now, as I just mentioned, a lot of us are stuck in that equipment hole. I'll start as soon as I get this next piece of gear. As soon as I can finally get this piece of gear, the holy grail of gear, I will be able to start my YouTube channel. The harsh reality is, just start it now. You'll get better and you'll know better what to buy in the future. You'll know exactly what camera you're looking for. You'll know exactly what piece of lighting gear you want next. But it doesn't matter what you have now. Just start with what's around. If you've seen the progression of me from video 1 to where I am now, it may look like I have a fancy studio, but trust me, I don't. Let me just show you around this place. All right, so I switched over from the condenser mic to my little on-camera Rode mic for just this little purpose, and I'm gonna whirly bird you around behind me so you can see that really My studio is an old shed. Look at the ceiling. This is why I never show the ceiling. See that? It's just like insulation paneling that I found on the side of the road and tacked it up so it wasn't super, super hot in here. As a matter of fact, everyone thought I was going to tear this place down when I bought this piece of property, but I kind of turned it into my workshop / studio. So we'll take a little tour around. If you are a longtime fan of the show, you'll notice this backdrop right here. Boom. If you want to know what that is, that's simply the blue jean insulation packages from Freshly that I used as soundproofing on my wall and as a backdrop. I just mentioned how horrible the ceiling is, which is why I never show it in my videos, but prime example of reusing something I got for complete free for visual aesthetic and for audio aesthetic, which was more important to me. Now, since then, I have upgraded, and since then, as you can see, this is the stuff that y'all usually see when you watch my videos now, but my point is that let me just kind of turn it around and show you a few things that I'm not in the shot of. So like, look, you can tell it's a beat up shed. There's all my gear over there. I'm way more than just a photographer. I'm also super big nerd. There's some lightsabers hanging out over here. Here's all of behind the scenes of what I'm shooting with. I've got my Godox light over here, a reflector over here. I have a TV rig so that way I can see myself on the camera. Over here I have my little kick light, an extra audio stand for the mic, and the mic. And that's basically all I'm operating with. Over here is my workstation where I create other things. As I said, big nerd. I also create and paint things for cosplay online. Check out the Etsy shop, Battle Damaged if you want. But either way, all of this is just to show you that you don't need anything. I didn't have anything. I had a building that they told me I should tear down, and I turned it into this. So let's go on to the next point. All right, my very last tip. If you want to be part of the community, then simply be a part of the community. Start creating content, obviously, but also start watching content. Start paying attention to what other YouTube content creators are doing. And no, I'm not talking about just watching the latest Peter McKinnon video, even though you probably should because it's probably pretty cool. But I'm talking about other smaller creators like yourself, like myself. Find people that create these niche channels and topic matter you're interested in and sub them, follow them, like them, interact with their videos, and I guarantee you that interaction will come back to you in a good way because most of the people that are on YouTube, I've come to notice, are on YouTube a lot. So it doesn't really matter if they're following what you're talking about. If they like who you are, they'll sub to you. If you're a genuine person, they'll sub to you. Continue to shout out all the people who are successfully helping you grow. Ben Fisher, this is looking at you, guy with absolutely no interest in real estate, but you just love to watch me grow and you're a big cheerleader of my success. Thanks, dude. Stuff like that. Keep the shout outs rolling because there are people watching your channel that have no interest in what you're talking about it and they're solely watching it just to see you and to help you succeed. So let those people feel a part of your journey. Let them in. Let them in. Just be a part of the community. That's all I'm saying. Reach out to other YouTubers. They're not hard to find. They're all over the place. Watch videos and enhance your own content along the way. You'll see something somewhere. Ooh, look at that cool transition. I'm going to try that next. Or that's a good topic matter. Maybe I should talk about that one next. I also interact on other social media content like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. These are all content and groups that I pull information for my videos from so I know it'll have a better viewing pool when I create it. Initially, when I was creating videos, I was creating them about random topic matters that popped into my head. Now I really pay attention in the groups that I'm a part of and see what the biggest questions are. What do people want to know? And that's what I start kind of judging or pushing my content towards. So it's more universally accepted and it's actually answering questions that are being had as opposed to the questions I make up in my mind. So that's it. This is my whole video today. Just a big thank you. For those of you out there just starting your channel, just know I have actually been working on mine now for like a year. I think I've created like 50 videos. I've been steady at least one a week and I have just hit 200 subs, but it's not something I'm disheartened about. As a matter of fact, it's the complete opposite. It's something I'm stoked about. Finally, I hit that 200. I went from 100 to 200 like that. It took me forever to hit 100. And I have a feeling that as long as I keep creating content like this, more engaging, more interactive, and just letting you into my world, that number's gonna grow up and up. And you can have those same statistics, those same values apply to your channel if you just let people in. As always, keep shooting, keep enjoying what you're doing. If you like the information I present and the information I presented it, mash subscribe, like, all that jazz. Catch you next time.